I've shown you guys the pictures before on my channel. Those pictures are from when I was 11 stones. So imagine what I would have looked like at 10. I never thought to think, did I do this the healthy way? Because I was definitely exercising excessively. I will just I'll abandon any kind of self-control and have to kind of live in fear of my weight constantly fluctuating. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Alexandra here. If you're new here, my name's Alexandra, like I've just said. I'm documenting my weight loss journey on my channel, and I've got some lifestyle and vlogs in there for you also. So today I am actually going out with my mum and my sister very soon. So I thought I'd film you guys my get ready with me routine. Plus, I wanted to discuss something quite close to my heart about my mental health and how taking care of my mental health is been like the key to my weight loss, basically. Like putting, this first has helped everything more or less fall into place. Obviously, it's just I'm always going to be a work in progress, but I've come much further along by taking care of everything I was going through, prioritizing my mental health above everything, which has helped me be able to take care of my physical health. So let's get into it. So guys, with me, when I'm getting ready though, the first thing I will do is I'll do my edges. But this is going to be basic. Oh, first of all, this is the most basic makeup routine you will ever watch, ever. So do not come for me. Your girl is not Jenny Jenkins. Your girl is not Jackie Aina. I'm not even Miss Patricia Bright, because we know Patricia doesn't do it. She doesn't go in as much as the other girls do. But I'm not even Patricia in these streets. So please bear with me, because this is your basic quick girls guide. Basic quick girls guide to a night out. Well, it's not even a night out. We're going to a bar, so we're not even doing too much. But I'm in Ghana, so I haven't got my usual, I haven't got my big mirror from my bathroom type of thing. So I'm just using this makeup palette. I'm using the mirror of this makeup palette. Is Jackie Aina's one she released with Anastasia Beverly Hills a few years back. So I'm just using the mirror in that. So do you know what? It's gonna make my makeup might look even crazier because I haven't even got a bigger mirror to look in. All for you guys. That's how much I love you guys. Okie dokie. So let's get started. So I'll do my edges first, like I said. And I'm just going to do a very basic, this hair is coming out. I'm taking out my hair in a week. So I'm not really going to get carried away with these edges because the hair's coming out anyway. To be honest, even if this hair was new, I probably would still do something basic. But I'm using that as more of an excuse now because this is all getting washed out. And also, I'm using an Eco Styler. I don't know if I showed you guys. I'm using an Eco Styler gel. I would normally have a proper edge control, but because I forgot to bring it, and then this other mix that I made was taken off me at the airport, so this is all I've got. It's not too bad. It's not proper edge control, but this will do. So anyway guys, let's get into it. So I don't think I've ever mentioned on my channel yet, but before I gained all this weight, the weight that I was 11 stones at my lowest. Well, I've been 10 stones before, but I was 16 at the time, and that was when I first ever lost weight, and because in secondary school I was about 15 stones, and then I went to my GP and I told them that, look, I don't want to be big, I want to be small, I want to be like my friends, so what do I do to lose weight? And my GP was just well, very kind of basic entry level type of thing. There was no real finding out why I was big. I guess that's not what I went to her for, but I think that probably would have made sense for her to discover why I was big, because that probably would have helped me more in terms of the healthy way to lose weight. But because that was never something that was discussed, and all that was what's the remedy? Eat less, exercise more. That's literally what she told me to do. And I basically took her word as gospel. I was like, okay, I'll just eat less. But obviously this was me eating less. I ate very little type of thing. And it, you know, helped me lose weight. So I went from being 16, 15 stones to being 10. And I've shown you guys the pictures before on my channel. Those pictures are from when I was 11 stones. So imagine what I would have looked like at 10, which I don't really have any like digital pictures of that, because, you know, that was like years ago type of thing. This is, like I said, very, very basic. Don't come for me. This is not supposed to be a tutorial. This is like basically what I would do if I was going uni, and that's if I could be bothered, you know. So anyway, where was I? So basically, I've lost this weight. I'm 10 stones, and you can imagine, when I'm 11 stones, I am a size 6 on the top. So you can only imagine what I was at when I was 10 stones. So basically, I'm now 11 stones. I'm obviously ecstatic, because like for the first time, literally the first time in my life, I'm super slim. Well, my definition of super slim anyway. I know some people are like, can get even slimmer than that, but my body said no bueno. Anyway, so I'm obviously really, really happy. And I never thought to think, did I do this the healthy way? Because I was definitely exercising excessively. And when I was around that 10 stone mark, I was not eating like a very good sized meals. And on top of that, I would have the craziest anxiety whenever it was coming towards a meal time, because I was just like, oh my gosh, how much can I eat? Is this too much? I have to make sure I don't eat over a certain amount. So I would say that was probably the beginning of my very like unhealthy relationship with food, in terms of not knowing I was never taught, I guess, the difference between eating nutritionally, eating well, portion control. I never really understood all of that. I understood it in a very basic way. Just eat less, just exercise more. And obviously just eat more fruit and veg. And that's all I knew. There was I never knew anything about you can eat a certain amount of calories and it can be majority protein, majority veg, majority fruit, and still feel very satisfied when you've eaten, you know. I can't say that I ever felt like I am full. I just knew that I can't eat more than this. So whether I feel full or not, I can't eat beyond this. And how I understood was the method in trying to lose weight. I'm gonna go and finish this off, then I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna also pop the scarf on to help set my edges. Guys, scarf on, edges in the process of laying themselves. So where were we? So the first time in my life I'm slim, and what I didn't anticipate was the fact that I thought once I'm slim, my problems are over. I'm going to love my body because I'm going to be slim. And I did not anticipate the fact that all of a sudden I would find new problems with my body. And this literally followed me my entire life. Like, so 16, I'm slim. My weight then fluctuates back and forth, because obviously, as I said, the root of my weight was never actually identified, like the reason why my weight was fluctuating. So I lost weight and I gained the weight again. But what I've realized, so this is going to be like the umpteenth time I'm trying to lose weight. And what I realized reflecting on my body, that I don't think there was ever a time at all the different sizes that I've been that I thought, oh, exhale, I finally hit the goal, I'm happy now. And it dawned on me recently, like in my last couple of videos, when I did the squat challenge and I did the arm challenge, I realized that my happiness with my body didn't have anything to do with the size of my body. Because when I was 10 stones and when I was 11 stones and I was like a size 6 on the top and a size 10 to 12 on the bottom, the issue was, well, I made the new issue, oh, I have cellulite on my legs, oh, I have stretch marks on my stomach and my arms, oh, my bum is like not very firm and lifted, oh, my calves are too big, oh, my thighs are too big. This is all the way I felt about myself when I was a size 6 on the top, size 10 on the bottom. So I am tiny in comparison to the size I am now. And I still had an issue with my body. My body was still not what I wanted to be. Although I had convinced myself that, oh well, surely when I lose weight, all my problems will dissolve, type of thing. So then I started, obviously, so now, this is the first time in my life, literally, where I started thinking to myself, what is the problem? Because the problem is not your size. Or the problem is not only your size. The problem is beyond your size, because you keep finding a problem even when you lose all the weight. You keep having a problem with your body image even when you lose all the weight. So you need to get to the root of what the problem is. Otherwise, it doesn't matter how much weight you lose, or if you decide to get surgery, or if you decide to use God knows what kinds of creams to fade away your stretch marks, or get some kind of fat therapy to remove the cellulite. There was always going to be an issue. So then I had to kind of reflect on what was making me feel this way about my body. Two things made me realize that I need to look within myself and find out what is the issue. One of them was intentional. It was an intentional self-reflection that helped me realize that I need to look after my physical health. And then the other was kind of a happy coincidence that I realized that my mental health was helping me lose weight. So losing my dad, as you guys know, it continues to be an extremely painful reality that I live with. But my dad was so heavy on me, more than every other thing that he wanted for me as his daughter in his life. When I had lost my cousin, he was my biggest advocate in terms of helping me lose weight. My dad would go on walks with me. He would make me go on a walk. He would get me up in the morning. He would shove me out the door, type of thing. So when he passed away, I knew that I need to take time to heal, but nobody's going to want me to take care of myself more than this man. And I felt like I could not let him down. Initially, knowing that was still not enough, because it was so painful. I didn't care. But as I started to heal, I realized that I want to continue living life, not only for myself, but also for my dad. My dad did not work so hard his whole life to give me a better life, for me to just kind of check out on life because I didn't have him. Because I felt like that would have been almost a disservice to his memory, And I've not that I wasn't allowing myself to grieve and I was just going to get on with life because, he would want me to. I made sure I was well too, but also it helped to motivate me to want to get better because I knew he would want that for me too. So having the grief counselling, and I did this thing with my family where every single Sunday we told ourselves that we would meet and talk about how everyone's doing. We would check in on each other and support one another. So my family and my friends is why I'm here today, guys, because there was moments where things were very, very, very difficult, and I am so grateful for my loved ones. So that the grief counseling and almost I would say the family counseling and the friend counseling sort of made me want to look after myself. That was the first sign that I knew that I had to look after myself. So then I started to view my weight loss as a way to look after myself rather than a way to look good, because I knew that you have to take care of yourself because your dad would want you to take care of yourself. So make an effort to take care of yourself. And then as I started to talk to the counselor, talk to my family, I started to feel more and more like I am capable of taking care of myself, So that was the first time, I guess, my motivation to take care of my physical health came from me starting to heal my mental health. Okay, so guys, so then the reason why I attribute taking care of my mental health to the reason why I'm able to lose weight. It was because allowing myself to not prioritize my physical health and just taking care of my mental health was what gave me almost gave me like a mental stability, so that I was able to look for other things in my life that I wasn't very happy with and that I could do something about. And obviously the primary thing was my body. And I was only able to start thinking that way because I was allowing myself to grieve my dad. I was allowing myself to like want things in my life again. And I was allowing myself to like have days where I was feeling like an absolute mess. And I was allowing myself to be okay that I was in pain. Through the pain and like not caring about my body, overindulging, because I definitely am someone who like, I binge eat to cope with any kind of very stressful event. And it's not necessarily like intentional, but it's almost like the self-control part of me switches off when I'm overwhelmed with certain emotions. So whether I'm really, really angry, I'm really, really upset, I'm really, really sad, first thing I'll do is I'll go to the shop and I'll buy whatever, or I'll order whatever food. And I will just I'll abandon any kind of self-control. So that's why when I'm not in a good place, the first thing I start to do is overeat and overindulge. And I think I definitely get, there's like a satisfaction you get immediately after like overindulging or binging. And then obviously you have like the crash, like, you know, someone who has like a substance abuse problems where you're like, why the hell did I do that? But the issue was, for me, it would take ages for me to have that self-realization or like that self-loathing after a binge, because I was in such a bad place. I didn't care at all. So then the binging would go on for like weeks and weeks and weeks. I'd have a bit of a respite and I would just go right back to eating poorly. So okay, so now let's say that I'm doing quite well. I'm coming to terms with, you know, losing my dad. I'm ready to take care of myself again. And facing the grief head on forced me to self-reflect, because obviously in the counseling sessions, they would ask you, why do you feel this pain? What do you think is the source of this pain? All of that sort of thing. Why do you feel the way you do? So you're constantly self-reflecting. And because I was going through like bouts of really overwhelming grief, one of my coping mechanisms was to journal. I used to journal a little bit when I was younger, but you know, I abandoned that a long time ago. So I started to journal, and it was like a way of me to like get my emotions out. So I'm journaling, I'm grieving, I'm getting all my emotions out. I'm feeling better about myself. I'm feeling like I love myself again, or I'm feeling like there can be life beyond this grief that's like taken over my life. I think I wanna highlight my under eye. Guys, so please, like I said, don't come for me. You know, this is like a very light makeup type of situation. Like, we're not doing too much. So through this self-reflection, I realized that I definitely want to lose weight, and I feel like I'm doing it from a happier, less self-hating place. And that was definitely genuinely how I felt. I felt like I don't hate myself anymore. I don't hate this size anymore. I don't want to be this size, but I don't hate this size. I'm not running away from this body. That was a very major realization, because it kind of meant that I could lose weight in a very pressure-free type of environment. Because my other weight loss journey, because I really deeply hated how I looked, that was what motivated my weight loss rather than pursuing health. So I put a lot of pressure on myself, which is what was part of like the very poor eating habits, in terms of like under eating or binging, then detoxing, you know. But because this time round I was saying to myself, oh, well, no, do this the right way, there was not as much pressure. And not being as much pressure meant that I could kind of relax a little bit and allow myself to make mistakes, and it wouldn't be the end of the world. And it was a nice change, because I think one of the reasons why I kind of made myself start to love myself was because, guys, hating my body, it was bloody exhausting. It was just like, it was the most draining mindset to have to be in, when it's just like, can you imagine living with somebody you hate? Like, what does that do to you? Every day you're angry, every day you're down, every day you feel like crap, because you're just like, you don't want to be around something you do not like. And then imagine that person is you. Like, so I was just like, I'm tired of not feeling good about myself. So it was almost like, feel good about yourself, because obviously that was kind of a little bit of, it ignited a little bit more self-love within me, because it was just like, I was tired of the hate. So I didn't then suddenly start loving myself, but I told myself, give yourself a break, because you're doing too much right now. Guys, I haven't worn mascara in ages, because, you know, I had like my eyelash extensions, but they've like all fallen out now. So now your girl desperately needs mascara. So I'm gonna put a bit of mascara on. I would have loved some eyeliner, because, you know, eyeliner just gives you that pop, but I don't have any eyeliner. So mascara it is. And this weight loss journey that I am on right now, it was the whole taking care of the mental health that successfully ignited this weight loss journey. But even with this weight loss journey that I'm currently on, it wasn't until I did my leg, my squat challenge and my arm challenge, that I realized my body could be strong at this size. So although like the period of my life where I was just like, I absolutely detest my body, I no longer felt like that. So although I no longer hated my body, and, you know, thank God for growth and self-reflection and self-love, I still didn't believe that my body at this size could be strong. And it wasn't until that I done my squat challenge and the results of those two challenges, go watch those two videos, guys, my arm and my squat challenge. It wasn't until I did those two challenges that I realized that I'm strong. I can be strong at this size. That genuinely, like, it blew my mind that my body could be strong. So that only added to my self-love, because I was just like, oh my God, this body is so amazing. Like, and it's like, look what love can do. Look what love can do, because I decided that I loved my body, I kept pushing my body. I kept trying new things, you know. My pursuit wasn't just weight loss. It was also, my pursuit also became like curiosity or joy. Like, let me just try this thing because it could be fun. Let me just try this thing because I wonder what the outcome would be. Whereas before, because my pursuit of my weight loss was purely to run away from this big body and was purely to lose as much weight as possible, I never explored what my body could do. So I didn't get these like amazing, like euphoric realizations that I've had now by experimenting with what my body is capable of right now. Because of that like exploration that I've had now, it's almost like made me feel even more amazing about my body right now. Like, I still definitely want to lose weight. Like, this is a weight loss channel. I still definitely want to lose weight, and I'm still actively pursuing weight loss. I do have like a weight in mind and a size that I want to be, but I would say that the difference is the journey is much more enjoyable right now. The journey, the pressure is off this journey. I'm just having a good time. I'm learning about my body with the added bonus of losing weight as I go along. Do you know what I mean? So, like, as my weight goes off in like the healthier manner, we're talking about probably like, you know, another 10 months or to a year before I reach my final goal in terms of weight loss, not like body composition and all that, but or maybe like more like 6 months, because I have only like 6-7 stones that I want to lose. So if I'm losing like a stone a month or just over or under, the journey is long. What I'm trying to say is the journey of weight loss is long. The journey of weight loss is long, and the journey of like new habits and everything, that's like a lifetime type of situation. Like you're forever changing, adjusting, learning. But when I realized that this journey does not have to be about self-hate, when I realized that this journey doesn't have to be about self-hate, it no longer mattered that it could be a long journey. You know, it no longer mattered that this is for my life, this is for forever, because I was enjoying it as I was going along. So what I started off saying at the beginning of this video is that because I think an obvious question is, well, if you love your body so much, why try and lose weight then? Because surely that means, wouldn't you just stay this size? Oh my gosh, guys, I'm only realizing now that I didn't put the setting underneath. Oh, I didn't put it on. What's this? No, the primer. Anyway, I've only got the makeup on for a couple of hours regardless, so it is what it is. And I think that question makes sense, and it's a question I've asked myself actually quite a lot, that I am genuinely very happy with how my weight loss journey is going, and I'm very happy with discovering all these things about my body and the strength. And I asked myself, well, if I'm that happy, why am I still trying to lose weight then? You know, is it because I don't like what big is? You know? And do you know what? I want to know what you guys' thoughts is on that too, you know? But I did a lot of thinking, and I think with me, I feel like it's as simple as, once upon a time, I hated my body, so slim was what I wanted. Slim and skinny is what I wanted. Society said slim and skinny is beautiful. I saw a lot of people around me, I thought they all look beautiful, so I thought that's what I want to be too. Whereas now, although I'm still trying to attain that slim body, it's beyond the slim body now for me. It's also strength. It's also self-love. It's also health, because I want to be healthy. I want to reduce my risk factors. I don't want to have, you know, diabetes. I don't want to have all the risks that is associated with being obese as I currently am. But amongst all that, not only do I want to be healthy, I want to be strong, I want to have good stamina, and I know all of that I'll just have more and more of that as I lose weight. But I also like being slim. I feel really amazing when I'm slim too. I love how my clothes fit too. But that doesn't mean I don't think clothes look good now. What I think is, how I feel though is, I like that even more, which I think it's okay to want, because I think once upon a time in my life I thought, I want that because I hate this. Whereas now I feel that I want that because I like that, and almost like I feel like it has nothing to do with how this looks almost. And I think that's the difference of saying that I like apples, not because I hate oranges, but because I like apples and I prefer them over oranges, which I think I can understand if it's like, it's a weird way to compare your body to fruit. But my point is, the growth and the self-reflection I've had has allowed me to want something, not because I hate something else. And that is why I would say that I can still love my body now and want to change some of it, you know, more because I prefer something. Because I would say that probably a lot of my health issues would be reduced maybe 3-4 stones from now. I could probably be about 14 stones and my health is reduced and my risks are reduced, but probably not as much as it would be reduced if I'm like 10 or 11. But I would be lying if I was to say that was the only reason why I'm trying to lose weight. The difference is that at one stage in my life, it had nothing to do with health. It was about, that's the body that's beautiful, that's what I want. Whereas now I can genuinely say, wait, have I done everything I want to do? No, I haven't. But now it's definitely a situation where, especially, you know, as you get older, you know, bone density is gone out the window. It's much harder to be healthy. Like your body's almost fighting against you. So for those reasons, I want to be as healthy as I possibly can be. That's within my control. But within reason though, because, you know, I still want to enjoy the foods I want to eat. So my nutrition is never going to be like, you know, the nutrition of like a world-class athlete. But, you know, I want to give myself like a fighting chance. Do you know what I mean? What I haven't actually told you guys is the weight that I want to be is 11 stones, which is 156 pounds. That is actually what the goal I'm going for, which is so crazy that I've never said. I guess I assumed it was implied because that's the weight I was before. But yeah, the weight I'm trying to be is 156 pounds. Once upon a time it was 10, but I get to like a size 6 to 8 on top when I'm 156 pounds. So I don't want to go any less than that at the top. But because I want to be a size 10 to 12 on my bottom, that's just what happens on my top. I end up getting to a size 6 to 8 on the top half. And that is my goal. And I think that at my current pace, I think I'll get to that goal like end of March next year. But that would take some mad consistency, which I have not had this entire time. So like in an ideal world where I'm like fully showing up how I should be, I would have been able to get to that. But like I've been saying like this entire video, that's my goal. That goal could change. You know, if I'm building muscle, the weight could change, but that is the size I want to be, but the weight might change, and the goal date will probably definitely change, because we've been on this journey for about four months now or so, and I think I've lost like 2.5 stones or something. So if I was going at the whole stone per month, I should have been 4 stones down by now. But obviously that's like, you know, God said, okay, sis. So that's the difference, you know. Once upon a time I would have been like, I can't believe I haven't lost the weight yet. But now I'm just like, what do you need to change? What do you need to do? Improve for next month and try again. And it's not the end of the world. And I can't tell you how good it feels to live life with that pressure off, you know? Guys, this liner is Max Factor. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous color. And that's what I used before I put on my lipstick. So yeah, guys, that is basically it. This is why I'm able to lose weight and not be in such a horrible place when I'm losing weight, and not be in such a place of like self-loathing, because I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't keep putting myself through that. It was just too much. I've never had so much peace losing weight in this way in my life. And I've never felt I almost feel quite confident. I mean, obviously, you can't predict how life goes. But it definitely feels much more like the kind of weight loss journey that I'll finally have, where I don't have to kind of live in fear of my weight constantly fluctuating. Oh, man. Oh, gosh, oh, God. I'm going to have to check what that looks like. So, guys, basically, that is how I've been losing weight and not like wanting to just drive myself insane with setting insane goals and running away from this body that I don't want, you know? It's been a lot of self-reflection. It's been a lot of learning to love myself, valuing my body beyond what it looks like or what I think it should look like. And all because I took care of my mental health first. So I think that probably with a lot of people who have any kind of vices, I would say most of the time it's probably masking something. So I think if you're someone who wants to do something for yourself or make a change, first of all, don't be too hard on yourself. And secondly, I think see if there's anything going on with you, you know. Do you think it's your mental health? Have you had a traumatic event in your life? Is there people in your life maybe they shouldn't be in your life, or do you want to go talk to somebody? And you know, there's a lot of resources probably out there if you wanted to begin to tackle those kinds of questions. And maybe there's even people in your life already that can help you out with those things. But I would say that if you were to sort of either recognize that maybe there's something you're going through, or maybe you've already recognized it but you're not managing or coping just yet, maybe those are the steps you need to take. And then if there's anything else you want in your life, like weight loss for me, a job you want to do or apply for, you know, relationships you want to rebuild, anything like that, probably if you begin with taking care of your mental health, I think some of those things will probably fall into place more than you realize. And that is what I've been very lucky to experience. So thanks for watching, guys. As always, please like, comment and subscribe, and I really hope you guys took something away from today's video.